Oh, boy. All right. I know we do this twice a year. We change our clocks, Alana, but at some point, can we just lock the clock? Can we lock the clock and stop moving it?
Obviously, we're parents of small children because that's
the thing.
That's
Sleep, it's already horrible. It's going to be even worse.
It's tough. The nap schedule, the feeding routines, everything gets totally thrown off kilter. But here we go. A lot of folks like the longer days. I'm one of them.
More sunshine.
Yeah, I think that sunshine goes a long way, right? Sunshine dollars. We're going to bank them. This is what happens as we head into the weekend. Saturday, your sunrise is 6:51. Sunday, it's going to be at 7:50. But check out the sunset. Okay, on Saturday, 6:25, we're calling it a day. 7:26. That's going to feel so wild because here we are in the winter season and we're springing forward, and it felt like winter this morning, but by this evening now it looks like spring out there. As we take a look at Salt Lake City, the snow is coming down. Big shout out to Ben. Ben, thank you so much for sharing this video. We appreciate you. And we can see it was just sloppy roads. We had wet weather on the valley floor, and it was sticking in places like the benches. Really pretty shot tonight. The northerly flow pushing the water at Utah Lake. You see the clouds over the lake mountains. That's just iconically beautiful. As we look at the satellite radar here, a few showers over the last few hours with our northerly flow. We see that in Iron County, quieter on the eastern side of the state, and then tapering off in the north. We're heading into a quieter stretch, calmer conditions. But before we do that, let's recap those snow totals. 5.5 inches on the Bountiful Bench. That was lake enhancement. We saw it in Eagle Mountain as well, 2.7 inches on the grassy areas. Hiram getting 2.5. Wasatch back close to that, 2 inches in Cottonwood Heights, so areas east of 15. 1.9 inches in Cedar City, over an inch in Fruit Heights. Garland saw an inch, half an inch in West Jordan. Scipio, Manti also had measurable snow. Precip was broken up into two waves, one following the front, the second overnight and into today. Look at some of these numbers, more than half an inch from Utah State to the University of Utah. Syracuse, Willard, North Ogden looking really healthy. Centerville over half an inch. East Mill Creek at 4/10, 3/10 in Holiday. Salt Lake International with 1/4 of an inch. You pair that with our storm earlier this week, and that's good news as we head towards that average precip total for the month. Spanish Fork getting measurable precip as well. As we look at our snow water equivalent, if you took all the snow in the mountains and you melted it into a liquid, you get your SWE, which is currently tied with a record low snowpack number at 8.1 inches. Our average is 12.8 inches. Now, this will bump tomorrow and take into account the precip we've received in the last 24 hours, but it's no secret we're at a snow deficit. Southern Utah, not at a sunshine deficit. That is a really pretty shot coming from Ivins tonight. Temperatures on the cooler side, thanks to our northerly flow. 55 now in St. George, 46 in Salt Lake. We've got some 30s through Castle Country for the Wasatch back. And as we get through the next several hours, you're heading out on your Friday night. Bundle up. We've got 30s by ABC4 News at 10. Mostly clear skies, but drier conditions in northern Utah. We see by 10 p.m. over the Uintas, south central and the Four Corners, a few showers. Hold on before high pressure will take control for our Saturday, which brings more sunshine and a warming trend that will get us to average and then above it. Here's what's going on. Our storm system split. It took a little longer to split today, which left that moist northerly flow in place and helped us with precip. But this cutoff low is going to sag further south as another piece of that storm exits. We're underneath the influence of that high pressure, and the jet stream is sagging a little further south. So with those pleasant conditions, we'll stay dry and under the influence of that high with pleasant temperatures and dry conditions. Monday into Tuesday, well, we could get a little cooler if the front drops a little further south, impacts Utah, maybe an isolated storm. But overall, we're going to stay above average with benign weather for the next 7 days, really throughout the state. 40s and 50s for those highs tomorrow, so closer to average. 57 in Moab, 66 in St. George, where we go 60s. How about 70s? Throw in some 80s because I love you. And there's that sunshine as we spring ahead. As we look at Wasatch front temperatures, we get 50s into 60s. And a dry pattern here. The reason we dip on Tuesday could be that lower jet stream. Maybe we get a little cooler air mixed up in there, and we'll see what happens. But overall, the excitement of two storms this week comes to a close, and we coast into the weekend.
Coast in the weekend into more spring-like temperatures, but we're still talking winter sports.
Yeah, and you know the snow is so bad in Montana, they moved the NCAA ski championships to Utah.
Oh.
Because we have better snow.
That's